Hi everyone. My name is Jerry Wise, and I want to talk about 12 ways narcissistic parents will confuse you in childhood. It's very important that we be aware of these things because they are a roadmap to our healing. Certainly, narcissistic parents will cause us to have a messed up awareness, messed up belief system, messed up values, messed up choice making, messed up normal valuation, meaning what's normal and what's not normal. And they do that by living mixed messages with their children. Let me give you some of those examples. And I've combined my examples with Dr. Dan Newharth's examples. He's a marriage and family therapist and psychologist. And I've added mine that I've discovered along the way. Number one, narcissistic parents are hypersensitive yet insensitive. If you have ever talked with or know a borderline person, someone who suffers with borderline personality, they are hypersensitive and yet insensitive. Well, I think narcissists are hypersensitive and very insensitive because they don't have empathy. And what a tragic effect this is going to have on us as kids. Number two, oppositional yet intolerant of opposition. Again, they're going to be contrary about everything, but don't you be contrary. Don't you be on the other side of the issue with them. They can be oppositional, but you should not. Thirdly, they're demanding of attention, yet unwilling to reciprocate. They demand all the attention, but don't show the attention. And as a child, we're going, what is this all about? This is so confusing. Or we don't even go that far and we just realize this is just the way it is. This is just life. This is just normal. So if I end up marrying someone who is demanding of attention and yet unwilling to reciprocate, that's just a normal part of my life. That's who I should be in relationships with. Number four, emotionally entitled, yet lacking emotional intelligence. They can have all the emotions in the world. They can be volatile. They can be very moody. They can be very emotional about all kinds of things. But their emotional intelligence is very, very, very low. And it's much like either a toddler or a teenager. Very emotionally entitled, yet lacking emotional intelligence or maturity. I have an online program that you might want to take a look at for growing your emotional intelligence, which is also considered emotional maturity, self-differentiation, and you can take a look at it below in the description. You might want to take advantage of that. Fifthly, they are quick to blame, yet slow to own their own part. Particularly with narcissistic families, blaming is the way of handling responsibility that you don't want to be responsible for. That's the best way to do it, is to blame. And again, yet very slow to own their own part. And it could be slow to yet never owning their own part. Because I know of some narcissistic parents who've gone their whole life and never owned the part they played in the difficulties at all. I mean, it's like it's a whole nother planet they were on. But narcissists will create whole other worlds in their minds, and they will communicate that to other people, which then may make us look crazy because we're going, that's not at all how it happened. That's not at all the way it was. So again, this mixed message of very quick to blame, but slow to own their own part. They want you to own your part right now, but I'm not going to own my part. Number six, worshipful of status and appearance, yet myopic about their flaws. They're very worried about how they seem to other people, how they look, how they appear, how they act, how they feel, how they think. They're very concerned about status and appearance, but do not even see their flaws and see how those can be very traumatic for other people and certainly traumatic for children. Number seven, they are needy, yet depriving. And again, this mixed message that's so confusing for kids is parents are needy, yet they are depriving of the needs, wants, nurture, and care for their children or for other people. So the only thing that matters is my neediness, not anyone else's needs. For a child, that is very damaging, if not traumatic. 8, they fuel relationships with anxiety and yet become upset when others are reactive or anxious. They fuel the anxiety, they fuel the family Wi-Fi and the family super self with a whole bunch of anxiety, tension, fear, uncertainty, and then become upset when others are reactive or anxious and just can't understand why. For a kid who's not an adult and who cannot sort that out, that is very mind messing with regard to figuring out what's normal, what's right. Number 9, they infuse the relationship with lots of anxiety and reactivity. They become anxious and reactive and then criticize everyone else for not staying calm and mature. I can act out. I can be totally out of control. But you're the one who didn't stay calm and mature like you should have. They see you having the problem, but they don't see themselves having a problem. And they will infuse the relationship with anxiety and reactivity and criticize everyone else for not staying calm and being mature when they cannot be calm and mature themselves. Number 10, play the victim while demanding control. And there was some of that in my family that was very damaging. Again, I'm going to play the one that's hurt and the victim, and I've been wounded, and I'm the one that's been traumatized by you, but I demand control for everything that's happening in the family. So you're going to be the victim and the controlling one both. What a paradox. What a mixed message. Number 11. Demanding loyalty and demanding love while abandoning others. Narcissistic parents do not see the paradoxes. They do not see the mixed messages. And many times I've had adult children of narcissists try to get their parents to understand these mixed messages. If they understood them, they wouldn't do them. They are not going to see them. They are not going to see them. This seems normal to them. You should love me, but I can run away from you and abandon you anytime I need to. Again, take a look at the description down below. I've got one more mixed message to share with you. Join the online program. There's also a free training down below that doesn't cost you anything. Just sign up for it and you can get 84 minutes of training. The last trait and paradox or mixed message is, while always choosing the wrong, they expect others to choose the right. For example, I know I screamed and I slapped you and was being physically abusive, but you must forgive me. Again, I choose the wrong, but I expect everyone else to choose the right. Well, you need to forgive me because that's the only right thing to do. That's very, very troubling for our little emotional hearts when we're growing up in a narcissistic family. These are also some roadmaps into ways to do healing. You can join me for coaching. I do give individual coaching. I also have associates to do that. And then you can also join me on the online program that's available, Your New Road to Self. I want to thank you for watching today. Have a great day and be wise.